Yes.
Yippee, everybody! Hello, greetings from Mount Shasta. This is Mother God, Mother Gaia, Mother of Creation, the Holy Spirit, here with you for an announcement and an update of what is happening. Some really grand events have been happening. Connections have been made. Disconnections have also been made, which caused some heartbreak and some grief. However, that has been cleared and dealt with, and we are moving forward in the new story. And so we have a story to share with you. I'm going to go through the timeline of events which all led up to this like huge life-changing event for me personally and for you guys as well. And it's exciting news. We are definitely in the final event energies. That's exciting, everybody. We finally made it. Oh my God. After May, June, July, August, September, those 5 months were like rocky road. I'm sure I heard it across the board. I know I was not the only one for sure, but definitely we went through some interesting moments. But here we are, November 3rd, and so let me share with you some of the things that are happening, and then I'm going to go through some of my notes to kind of tie everything in so that you can see the bigger picture and how exciting it all is. And wow, we're so excited here at Mission House. And in love, for sure. All right, so October 1st, I began to feel an energy to begin integrating in the field. And I really kind of ignored it. I really didn't want to know which energy signature it was. I'd been through so many things. So many things were happening. It was up and down, roller coaster ride, like everybody out there knows. And so, but pretty soon as we went through the 1010 portal, which was magnificent. And then as we exited out of that portal, and heading into now our 1111 portal, which is very, very exciting. Around the Aries new moon, it was full moon, the Aries full moon. We did a ceremony, and a lot of synchronistic events began happening around the 12th, and we'll read some of those. Some of the things that we accomplished were we did a twin flame ceremony at the headwaters here in Mount Shasta. And after we finished this, I want to say the real twin flame connection. After we finished this, we turned around and there were Tibetan monks chanting Mother and Father God. We're not sure which ceremony they were doing, but we were in awe. We do have this up on our YouTube channel if you want to go back and look at that event. It was extremely synchronistic for us. Over to the left, if you watch those videos, you'll see a wedding going on. And so they were doing the ceremony right after below where we had just finished our ceremony. It was so fascinating and so grand. And so then I personally did a ceremony for the real twin flame connection. And before I go into more of that, of these, I would like to read something that came out by Anna Merkaba. And she said something, well, first of all, she talks about that we're nearing a very important portal. A portal that will allow the divine feminine and divine masculine to merge into one. A portal of endings and new beginnings. A portal of twin flame union. Twin flame awakening and balance. On December 21st, 2016, a year window which was given to us to stabilize the energy will end. On this date, just like 4 years ago, on 12/12/12, which is the exact date that I entered I entered fifth dimensional frequencies, and I was quarantined for a year. Then they let me out of quarantine in January of 2014. Unbeknownst to me, my consciousness continued to expand at a quick rate. Now I'm found myself in the 18th dimension. What is that like? Well, it's just an expansion of your consciousness and joy and feeling centers and that kind of thing. Major synchronistic events on top of it. So she's saying that this one mighty important portal, the effects of which will be felt for many years to come. So I want to get to this part about twin flames. Here she talks about, well, she brings in Archangel Metatron. They talk about the seeking process that we go through about the twin flame. And then the acknowledgement process. And I want to read something here that she says. Those who have already met their twin flame and have spent some time playing the twin flame game will be called to connect with their twin and begin the process of acknowledgement, appreciation, understanding, growth, mutual assistance, complete and utter acceptance, and recognition of all that both are. This will only occur for those who have met their true twin. The running game, if you will end, and the phase of embracing the one shall commence. Nevertheless, for those who have met their twin imposter, the relationship will swiftly come to an end, as if the veil of illusion would have been lifted from their eyes, and they'll be guided to their actual true twin flame. At first, the pain may be insurmountable, but said pain will quickly subside as the realization and acknowledgement of truth and inner knowing that they are guided to the right one will set in firmly and coherently. So go back to these events that we were preparing. So we do that at the headwaters. I do a personal true twin flame ceremony where I cut cords with everything. I asked for only my real twin flame to appear before me. There was a few cussing words in that. For real. Each of us have a tone for our twin flame, and I located the ancient tone, and I was able to, 2 days prior to our connection, I put out this tone. And this tone meant that the real twin flame had to connect with me as soon as possible. On the 19th of October, I finally realized what energy had been integrated into the field, and I was connecting with Father of Creation's higher self. And he began speaking to me, and he said that he was coming. And I kind of had a moment with that. I kind of ignored him. I did document it though. And, he kept telling me, it's coming, all your dreams are coming true, I'm coming. And so I went to bed that night. I wake up the next morning to an email from a previous team member of ours, really, who participated in our chat rooms years ago. And we had connected in 2013 at some point. He was a part of, again, the chat room. And he was under the Mass Peace name. And he emailed me and said, hey, this is Mass Peace from the chat room. We need to connect. We disconnected in 2014 at some point when new endings of things were happening and beginnings of other things journeys were happening. And we lost contact. When we made contact, he revealed to me that he had been thinking about me every day, which I found very endearing. I had no idea. And I had no idea of some information that he revealed to me that we will reveal at a later date. The two things I will share from that is that on July 20th, 2013, he was greeted by some ETs. They revealed to him who he was. He was also asked to sign some documents. And if you go back to one of the videos where I shared with you that I was presented a scroll, and on the scroll it said Final Event Energies and the new story. And when I looked down, the signature for Father of Creation was already there. And so I found that very fascinating. So anyway, he connects to me on the 20th, and we began talking via Skype. obvious magnetic energies going on that we could not, were out of our range of any control whatsoever. We wouldn't want to control it anyway. And so the 22nd we talked, which was the second day, and by the next day he was on his way from Buffalo, New York. And what was fascinating about that is that back in September at some point, the Galactics came to me and shared with me to build a heart green bridge across the root chakra to the heart chakra. We have another team member, David, in the UK. Love you, David. And so we completed that bridge, and then we upgraded it to a rainbow bridge, everybody. All right, so this was completed. Now, Jonah in New York, Buffalo, New York, that portal ended up being its center point over where he was. When he left to come here to Shasta, he jumped through that rainbow portal to here, basically. You were here within 2.5, 3 days. And when he first got to Shasta, there was a rainbow right over us. He was greeted into Shasta via rainbow.
Pretty wild.
And that was also the day that the solar wind, it was October 25th that he arrived. So this is our 5th day of connection. It happened so fast. It was like a whirlwind. And then immediately we went into a transfiguration event. And here we are at the second part. You're getting messages from our crew members about what they're experiencing and what we're sharing with them about what's going on. We have started the new story. The co-creation of the new earth has begun, everybody. And so I just wanted to share. It was very fascinating. Here's an event. Well, here's a dream that I had. It was on the 12th of October. So this is 8 days prior to our connection. I had a dream of looking over at this house. I was walking down the street, and I looked over to my right, and I see this older man sitting in a chair. And I was like, he looks so familiar. And so I started running up the driveway to greet him and give him a hug. And when he walked over to greet me, he turned into this over 6 foot blonde being. And we immediately embraced. There was a definite reunion. And yeah, that was documented. And Jonah has blonde hair, blue eyes, which I always knew Father had blue eyes. All right, on 10/12, Gene Wilder gives me a lollipop. Surprise! And let's see if got 2 minutes here. Okay. On the path of being healed, I kept getting those messages. I had a lucid dream. I picked up a black lighter and a white lighter in a lucid dream in 3/4. Okay. A lot about new adventures was talked about and documented. Had a vision of becoming pure light, stepped through a blue ribbon. Lots of synchronistic events. We must have had about 2,000 synchronistic events that were documented here, everybody. Here's one important one. And then we'll end with this. And we'll bring back some more messages to give you more pieces of the puzzle and more of updates of what's happening personally with the field and our energies. And you'll continue to get updates from the team. 1:58 p.m., 10/18/16. This is 2 days prior to contact. I just heard joy to the world. Love has come. Let earth receive her king. 2:05, Saint Germain says, defining moments for the history of this planet and the ascension process. Yeehaw, everybody. We love you. It's all happening. Final events underway. Mwah.
Love you.